Hello, Denture family. I hope that you're all doing well this evening, that you're staying safe. Man, what a crazy time to be alive, huh? So it's been a while since I've been on, probably a few weeks. Lots been going on. So today, well, not today, but this month, a few days ago, just passed my 10-month E-Day anniversary. Woohoo, I've made it. But I still have struggles. Last time that I made a video, I was telling you guys about how my progress with my hardrelineprogress went, and that I tried a new adhesive made by Polygrip. So I think I've had some shrinking in my mouth going on, and I'm just having a hard time with that bottom one staying glued in again. I still haven't got denture fit. I was supposed to go on a trip at the end of this month, which isn't going to happen. My flights have been canceled. And that's basically what I'm going to talk about today. I'll update you guys more on how the hardreline's going and this and that. I mean, there's really not much to update, just that, you know, I'm just hanging in there, still trying to eat well between that and my other health issues. And yeah, so today I wanted to talk about protecting yourself from COVID-19, aka coronavirus, especially when you have dentures, you're a denture wearer, and you have chronic illness, and if you have autoimmune disease, which I have all three. I have 2 autoimmune diseases. I wear dentures, so my immune system is compromised. So yeah, if you're not social distancing and physical distancing, you really need to heed those instructions, because the way I feel about it, as I was telling my husband, if we all stay home as much as we can. I know some people can't. I have lots of friends and family who are essential workers, work in healthcare, and absolutely can't. So I understand that, you know, and God bless all of you. God bless all of you essential workers and you healthcare workers and the first responders and the truck drivers bringing us food, the farmers growing us food and everything. And I mean, the companies making supplies, and this toilet paper thing, man, that's out of control, man. If you're out there hoarding toilet paper, stop. You know, we need not to hoard. We need not to panic, you know. We need to help our brothers and sisters. We're all brothers and sisters. We need to help each other out. I didn't get on here to anybody out, but I'm just saying, you know, we need to be loving and kind and compassionate to each other. We all need help. Every single person is going through something right now, you know. And I'm not one to make light of anything serious, but I take the coronavirus very. At first, when all my friends were joking about it, I was real upset. Now I use humor to get through all my other health stuff. I'm laughing at anybody with disabilities. I have disabilities, but anyone with disabilities and illness knows that the majority of us, we have to laugh at ourselves, or we have to find the humor in a really bad situation to help us get through and survive. At first, I couldn't handle any jokes about the coronavirus. Like, I just couldn't. And now I'm like, you know what? No one's better than anyone else. We're all unemployed, and we're all on house arrest. I mean, seriously. But I'm not making light of it, because it is very serious to me. I just thought I'd try to make you guys laugh a little bit, because I know a lot of people are scared. And yeah, a lot of people are panicking, understandably so. If you're one that's really fearful and freaked out and anxious and all that, it's understandable. I just try to keep myself busy. Been working on my physical therapy, been working on my health issues, and my husband got laid off. He's been at his job for 25 years. Worked in the casinos for 40. He took a little break for a little while, went for a little while a few years back, but just for about 5 months. But he had just was just working, and yeah, they shut the casinos down, in Vegas, Laughlin, Nevada, and we live on the Arizona side. So yeah, our casinos over there are shut down, and that town over there that he works in, those casinos create a lot of revenue and bring a lot of people into our town and that little town over there, because we live in a tourist town. We also live in a retirement town, because a lot of snowbirds and a lot of people retire here because of the tropical type weather. It's very hot here in the summer. It gets like 125, and matter of fact, we're supposed to hit the 90s within the next week or two. We've been going between the 50s and up to the 80s. I think we've already hit a couple 90 days. It rained the other day, but yeah, this coronavirus stuff is serious. And I can't stress enough to wear a mask when you go out. You can go on YouTube here and just Google face mask, and if you sew, they have ones for when you sew. I don't sew. They have a lot for us that don't sew. I've already made masks for my husband, and I have these like really cool head wrap things that you can wear like 70 different ways, and one of the ways is a face mask. So I just pull mine up, and then I take a double or triple layer paper towel. You can use a coffee filter and put in mine. I don't really go out. I'm pretty much been on quarantine, and that's pretty much how I live my life, is because I have autoimmune disease. So I'm on strict quarantine. My husband's the only one that goes out for groceries, and he's 59, I'm 54, and he has a compromised immune system because his heart issues. So our kids live out of state, and concerned about him going out. Their friends have offered to go to the store and stuff for us, but my husband, he works a lot, and it's hard on him not to go and be independent like that. So he tries to go at times when it's not really busy. He writes our list like he always has, sticks to it, gets what we need, it's out. He has been going every 2 weeks, I think, instead of every week like he usually does. So of course, we wash our hands. We always wash our hands anyway, and I wash my hands longer. I am a little OCD when it comes to washing my hands because I have autoimmune disease. So I am constantly washing my hands, and I usually wash my hands for at least 2 minutes. At least 2 minutes, And yeah, just it's crazy, people. It's crazy, and people are being crazy out there. They're like, I have friends that are essential workers, and they're just like being rude. People are coming up to them at work and coughing in their face and saying, oh, now you got coronavirus, or coming up, getting them right up in their face, and they'll be like, hey, you need to keep your distance, and they come right up on them. Just disrespectful. People licking. Come on, if you're out there right now listening, don't lick your credit card. Don't lick your fingers, touch your money. Don't lick your fingers and touch things in the store, because you know what? None of us know if we're a carrier. None of us know if we're a carrier. Some of us are carriers, and we don't ever get sick. And I'm staying inside, and I wear my mask and stuff like that, not only to protect my own health, but because I don't want to make anybody sick. I don't want to carry it to anybody. And the thing is that I was trying to say is, if we all practice this social distancing and as I call it, physical distancing, as much as we can, and stay home as much as we can, like if you're an essential worker, go to work, wash your hands, come home, change your clothes, keep your surfaces in your house clean and all that kind of stuff. If you can't find, you know, the Clorox wipes and stuff like that, you can make it yourself. You can make it either with alcohol and dish soap and water, regular paper towel or shop paper towels. You can look up videos on YouTube for that. Take your clothes off when you come home. Like when you go to the store, go anywhere, take them off so you can have them washed. My husband and I went to the doctor in Vegas. We got home, so when he comes home from the store, I tell him, change your clothes. You know? And so he's, we're both very clean people, but, and what I mean by that is that, that he's just one of those what I call OCCD, obsessive compulsive cleaning disorder. Like he really cleans. Like my mom was really clean, and I like a clean house, but that's his thing. He likes to clean. So my house was pretty clean and scrubbed most of the time anyway. But you know, we do have to go to doctors because he just had to go and get his heart result monitors. They wanted to see an electrophysiologist now because they're saying his AFib is in his electrical part. And I just finished up with all my neurological testing, but I've been having to go to the orthopedic in Vegas because your old girl here did it again on March 25th. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been on. Came in this room, was coming around the corner over here to get my cell phone before I went to bed, and I don't know if my foot hit my walker or hit something because I had my walker parked in here because I've been doing good and using my cane. All I know is the next thing, I went down. I went down and landed on my right knee. So I'm walking the little braces on my knees. And I fell on this hand, outstretched hand. This is the hand. If you've watched some of my other videos, you might know the story. I think I've talked about it in depth in 2017 after I had surgery. For another health issue, I fell. Well, actually, I don't know what happened. I got up from my kitchen table. Next thing I know, I was spun around. My head was hitting my kitchen counter. My hand came up, and then my hands came down, and then I fell. And I tore my rotor cuff. It was December 2017. Tore my rotor cuff. Broke my scapula bone. Didn't know this was broken until 46 days later because our orthopedics in town don't take our insurance, but I went to urgent care in a hospital here in town, and they missed the scapula bone, and they missed the rotor cuff injury. My orthopedic in Vegas did an x-ray, so I had 3 x-rays on my shoulder. And he finally did an MRI, and that's when he found the torn rotor cuff. But it was, let's see, December when I got hurt. So it probably wasn't until 5 months later that they realized that my rotor cuff was partially torn on the MRI. Because I had so much swelling in my body and inflammation. And then the scapula bone, they found about 2 months after I had broke it. And it's my understanding from what I've read online and from what my orthopedic has told me. Let me get a drink of water, guys. And I'm sorry, I had my dentures glued in good. And I was eating some apple wedges. And the first 2 I did really good, and then they came unglued. So I gotta practice eating those apples with adhesive. I might not be able to do it well until I get the denture fit. Which I know I keep saying I'm going to get it. I am. I just financially we can't right now. But anyway, so my bottom denture's floating around. So I'm having trouble keeping that thing in there while I'm talking to you guys right now. And it's flopping around. So forgive me. You might hear my teeth clicking too. So I'm still learning how to keep everything in place without glue. I still have to use adhesive. I'm not adhesive free. I may never be adhesive free, but it is what it is. But anyway, with the scaphoid injury, a lot of times they can't find the break right away because of all the swelling and where it's at. So we went to Vegas. this past Monday, and we had x-rays, had my knee and stuff checked out, and I'm gonna get the pictures and show you guys the injuries, and got x-rayed, and he said that my knee, as far as my knee, there's no torn ligaments, there's no breaks, there's no torn, oh, sorry guys, I'm charging my tablet, and I reached for my phone and the cords are intertwined. So there's no torn, what do you call that, ACL, whatever that is, no torn ligaments, no breaks, no fractures in my right knee, which took the brunt of the fall. And I'm trying to find the pictures for you guys right now. Oh, there it is. And I'm going to show you guys the comparison of the day after. And as far as the wrist, he said the x-rays look good now, but I do have a lot of internal damage, so it's too soon to tell if my scaphoid bone is rebroke, because this is the wrist that I did in before. I thought I might have a fracture in my forearm, but he said he didn't see nothing there, but there's some swelling all through my arm, and I get pain in my elbow, so he wants me to wear this for now. And in 2 weeks, on the 20th, I'll go back up to Vegas, have it re-x-rayed to see if it's broke. Just to double check those x-rays to make sure, in fact, there's not a break. So we're being careful with that. Today, though, as I asked him if it would be okay if I did some physical therapy. And he said, you know, I said, I have that little peddler like they use in the senior citizen nursing homes or in the rehabs when, you know, a lot of the seniors or people that have accident stuff, these little peddlers, they put them on the table. You can do with your arm. It's like it's a bike, but it's called a peddler. And you do it with your hands, and then you can put it on your feet, so it's portable. So I did that today, maybe for about 3 to 5 minutes on my knee. I did real slow. My resistance wasn't real bad, so I went to see hydrate that. But he said I can do it with my knee. Should probably wear my braces when I do it, but take it easy. Don't go gung-ho. And he said, but as far as the wrist, I can only do that peddler if I wear this. And he wants me to wear this all the time. And he said, but if it hurts, don't do it. Well, I didn't do that, but today I did the peddler, and then I've got up and taken one like 5 to 10 minute walk since I got hurt, like at once. But I get up during the day and I take a little walk through the living room. You know, my husband's been trying to keep me down most of the time, but I told him I got to get up and move, get my hips, get my back and everything moving. So I'm okay, but I've been laid up and I've been in a lot of pain, and the doctor said, you know, right now your x-rays look good, but you are pretty banged up inside, so you need to take it easy. And so we think it's possible that it was the paresthesia and peripheral neuropathy that I talked about in my last video that I got diagnosed with that caused me to fall. And he did suggest that I might think about getting, I walk with a cane normally, unless I'm having a really bad fibro flare on top of my peripheral neuropathy and all this stuff, and I'm having a lot of numbness and tingling or temporary paralysis in my legs, so then I have to use my walker. He suggested I might start walking with the double canes, which are like crutches, and they have arm braces or some type of double walking, so probably like those that have the handles and to keep me up on my feet. You know, back years ago, they told me, and I've mentioned this in other videos before, that they said I would probably be paralyzed by the time 2004 came in a wheelchair. Well, I'm still walking. But now with the peripheral neuropathy, starting by my it's in my central nervous system, and so I lose my balance a lot. And I have a lot of numbness and stuff that goes on in my right leg, and yeah, so sometimes I just go down. So I've been lucky that I have a little extra padding, so I haven't broken any hips, but you know, I have lost about 20 to, I think I lost about 25 pounds, maybe 30, since I had my teeth pulled. Yes, my diet has changed drastically. Not so much because of the dentures at first, yeah, but because of the issues I've been dealing with that I told you guys about with my stomach, which we think now is called autoimmune gastritis. So my thyroid's affecting the nerves in my stomach. So I've been eating good lately in the last few weeks. You know, when I can eat, but I did have some, since in my last video, I did have a couple of flares where I couldn't eat. But with my dentures, when I chew, sorry, I'm itching my face. I think it's this cord here on my glasses. I'm chewing better because I'm not feeling like I'm biting on glass as much. My main issue right now with my dentures is just keeping them glued in my mouth. It seems like I got the hardreline back in January, I believe. It was January, I think it was. January or December. I have to look through my old videos and see on my calendar. And it doesn't feel like that my adhesive, other than the powder on the top. When I put the cream adhesive in the top, it's hard. I have to, like, take forever to get a suction and to get it to adhere to the roof of my mouth, no matter how clean it is. No mouthwash in there. So the powder works better on the top for me. On the bottom, the poly grip was working good for me. And then when I made that last video, I told you guys that new cushion grip was doing okay. But then after a week or two now, it seems like I'm at that point with the bottom one. I don't know if, like, my mouth has shrunk. So I'm having trouble. Like, it's like I gotta glue them in and then I gotta eat. Like, it's crazy. I'm really having to plan my day around, okay, I'm putting my glue in, so let's see. I gotta glue my teeth in, I gotta let it set up this long, then I have this long that I have to eat. So I kind of been going back to the smoothie in the morning, or yogurt, and a soft, like, Nutri-Grain type bar. We buy the Walmart brand. And I can actually gum those, because I've told you guys before, I can't really gum food a lot because of my stomach issues, but those don't bother my stomach. So I'm kind of like light breakfast thing right now. Or either get up and do my teeth in and let them sit up, and then I'll eat something that I can chew, and then I usually will end up taking them out and eating something softer, for like soup or something. Just lately, because I don't know what's going on, but it's like my glue's not wanting to stick to my teeth, so to my dentures. I don't know why. I don't know why. Keep them clean and all that. Let me show you these pictures, and then I'll get back to some more coronavirus prevention stuff. For those with dentures and chronic illness, and anybody else. I mean, the tips are good. Let me show you when I fell. This is the day after I fell. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, that's my right knee over there. That's what my knees look like after I fell the next day afterwards. Let me see. That one. Look at that. Okay, and then there's that right knee. Yeah, what a beaut that is, huh? And then with the hand, let's see that. I don't know if you could see that good. Oh, okay, and then let's see how swollen my arm and my wrist is. I fell. Let's see. There's another view of it. And let's see. And then a few days afterwards, the swelling started coming down some on the knee, a little bit. And then we had some beautiful colors of the rainbow here. Let me see. I've been using my TENS unit a lot. Let's see. That's with my TENS unit on. TENS unit. I've been icing them like crazy. Here's some pretty pictures. What it looked like just a few days ago. Yeah, it scraped the skin right off of my knee there. Okay. this one. It looks much better than that now. And then this was my hand a few days ago. So the one that's got the brace on it. So yeah, it's been crazy, you know. So getting back to coronavirus. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get on here next, so I'm just kind of just covering different just topics. Like I said, my main thing I wanted to talk about was coronavirus, denture life with coronavirus, and chronic illness, denture life and chronic illness with coronavirus, and update you guys a little bit on me. So yeah, so I'll be going back to the orthopedic on the 20th, like I said, but I'm okay. Today I felt the best since I fell, and just gotta take it one day at a time. And I'm just glad that I don't feel like I'm biting down on glass all the time now. I was, let me see, I don't know what I do with this. Oh, it's up here. I was eating these apples. Right? I was gonna snack while I talked to you guys. They're kind of thick slices, but I stopped because the teeth just came completely unglued on the bottom, and every time I take a bite, even when I push it into my mouth, it just comes up. I can't even get my mouth open to get that in there. So I'm gonna go eat dinner in a minute. I'm gonna have to go glue the bottom and try to eat something. But so let's talk about coronavirus, okay? I hope all that are watching this and that are listening are taking this thing serious. And it just boggles my mind that there are so many people that are not taking this serious. And this is crazy. I mean, I can get into all kinds of aspects. I mean, all the crazy theories and things that are going on out there. And my perspective comes from on this virus. I do have, like I said, family and friends who are working in healthcare. I have friends whose husbands who are doctors, nurses, all that. So I have inside people that know things. Our own son, his best friend is very sick with coronavirus, and he's young. My sister's in the hospital right now with pneumonia. She's about 60 years old. And today we got results back today. She's negative for coronavirus, praise God. But her body's fighting hard right now, and she's on oxygen, and it's not getting enough supply to her body. And it took them 8 tries to find a vein to get an IV in. So she has some other health issues. She also has thyroid disease like me, but she has Graves' disease. And she's been battling thyroid cancer for years. It's been in remission for a while. So yeah, and she's got COPD and stuff. So she's pretty sick right now. But they put her in isolation in the hospital. The plan is to try to get her home and quarantine her, even though she came back negative. So if you're the praying kind, please pray for my sister Jenny. My uncle has a sister, so one of my aunts, one of their family members has the coronavirus. My cousin's friend has coronavirus, and one of my other cousins, somebody, have coronavirus. We have 3 or 4 cases in my town, and in the 2 towns that are really near us, there's like 14 in the one and 8 or 9 in the other, and we've had 2 deaths. We're very, like I said, tropical type climate here normally, so I've heard that the heat is supposed to keep it at bay a little bit, so we shall see. But guys, I mean, if you are a denture wearer, and especially if you just had your E-Day, okay, you need to really protect your immune system. We all do, but and if you have autoimmune disease and chronic illness, you gotta be really careful. If you have somebody who can go do your shopping, a spouse or somebody who lives with you, or a neighbor or someone that can drop off to you or whatever, and avoid going out as much as possible, please do. Now, the one thing that concerns me is we know that this virus, from what we're hearing and researching and stuff, is that it can live on surfaces. I don't know how long it can live on a set of dentures. Now, I'm going to tell you that from the get-go, when I got dentures, I'm a little, like I said, OCD when it comes to cleaning my denture stuff. I have from the get-go, since I had my teeth pulled, and even before I had my teeth pulled, whenever I would brush my teeth, and now whenever I brush my gums, I wash my toothbrushes out with antibacterial soap and hot water, and then I stick them in like this cup thing with alcohol and then more antibacterial soap, and I let them soak for a few hours, sometimes overnight. And I always put a cover on them so that, you know. And with my dentures, from the get-go, whenever I let my dentures soak overnight or for a few hours or however long I do, normally I wear my dentures all day. Once I get them in, I get them in. Before, for a while there, I wasn't having to re-glue. Now I'm having to re-glue. So when I cleanse them in between re-gluing and everything like that, if I soak them, usually what my routine is take them out, clean them up real good. I mean, I get the glue and stuff off, and then I soak them in hot water at night with my Effordent. You can use Polydent, whatever. Once a week I do the stain away on them. And I soak them overnight, and then I will rinse them with really hot water, and then I will brush them with my denture paste. My Fresh and Bright is what I use. And then rinse them again with hot water, and then rinse them with cold water, and then dry them up, and then I will clean them. I cannot stress enough for you to keep your gums clean. I cannot stress enough for you to keep your toothbrushes clean. After I soak those dentures, I will, after I clean up the dentures, I will dump the water and the cleanser, whatever I have in there, Effordent stain or whatever I have in there with my dentures. I rinse those out with hot water, and I put antibacterial soap and alcohol, rubbing alcohol, you know, alcohol that you use for stuff. And I will shake, you know, clean them, the soap, and I got the, and I just kind of shake them real good. And then I let them kind of soak on the counter for a few minutes while I put my adhesive on my teeth and put them in my mouth, or because I usually soak them overnight and then, you know, brush them before I put them in. Oh, sorry, my nose ring. It's a hard thing too, not to touch your face when you have a nose ring, and we're not supposed to touch our face, right? I wash my hands a lot though. My gloves are clean. I've been cleaning my gloves that I have to wear for my arthritis, my carpal tunnel and fibro and all that stuff. But so I clean them out every day with alcohol and antibacterial soap. And if I have to soak my teeth more than once, however many times I have to, and I make sure that I do not lay my dentures on the counter at home, no matter how clean. My husband can go in there and scrub it with bleach, and I say my husband because of I can't do a lot of things with my health issues, so he does a lot of that cleaning. I put a fresh, clean hand towel or wash rag, and I put them on that. I never sit my dentures on the sink. I never lay them on the counter sink or on the kitchen. I do. If I take them out for something, I lay them on a paper towel until I take them in to clean them or something. Usually I'm in the bathroom and take them out, and I take care of them right there. So if you're out, I know a lot of the restaurants are closed right now, so you probably don't have to worry about this, but if you're an essential worker and you're working and you have dentures or whatever, don't take your teeth out and lay them on a bathroom counter, on a public bathroom, or any kind of service in public, and then put them in your mouth. Okay? Don't do it. It's like I said, we don't know how long the virus will live on your dentures or whatever. So I think that we have to be extra careful with that, wearing dentures, and especially if you just had E-Day. You gotta be careful. You know, you're healing. If you've got stitches, you've got open spots, you've got bone spurs coming out, I mean, you just gotta be careful, guys. So use alcohol, use antibacterial soap when you clean your dentures. I mean, don't just rinse them off and put them back in your mouth, and clean that glue out of your mouth. I mean, I've said it before. I heard a story from one of my denture friends, somebody she knew, or somebody that she knew, somebody that was very young, that wasn't cleaning the mouth properly. And I think they said she was in her 20s, and she ended up getting all that stuff. Now, like my friend Bill says, Bill Westland, your favorite denture wearer, or he does Denture versus Foods channel out there. As he says, you would have to swallow a lot of adhesive for something like that to happen, but if you're not cleaning your mouth, that stuff accumulates and eventually gets in your throat. So make sure that you clean it out. I mean, if you have to clean it 2 or 3 times a day or whatever. You know, I normally put my glue in the morning and don't have to scrub that stuff out until like before I go to bed. So, you know, but yeah, keep your dentures really, really clean. Don't get lax. Don't just rinse them off in hot water. Just take a little soap with your fingers and no. Use your denture brushes. Come here, Shy Bud. Use your denture brushes to get that stuff out. Make sure that they're really squeaky clean. Don't lay them on counters. And wash your hands before you take them out of your mouth. Then get the glue off of them. Put them in your container with your Effordent or your Polydent or whatever stuff is that you're going to use. And then scrub your hands again. And then brush your gums. You know, rinse your toothbrushes off with hot water, antibacterial soap, put them in something with alcohol, and then wash your hands again. And even after you've just brushed your dentures, like say if you do like me, you get up and you cleaned out, you know, took your teeth out, rinsed them, laid them down in your washcloth, you know, rinsed them, and then you brushed them, put them aside, clean your containers, and then wash your hands. And don't touch those unless you wait until right before you wash your hands and put them back in your mouth. And guys, wear a mask, especially if you have dentures, especially if you just had E-Day, and if you have chronic illness, autoimmune disease, asthma, anything, you know, like I said, you can go here on YouTube. I've actually saved some videos in an album on my YouTube here that says health, that has some of those DIY masks that you can make. Maybe I'll do a video either tomorrow or a couple days or whatever, depending on how I feel, of what I'm using for a mask and how I made my husband's mask. But with this, I couldn't really do much. And I simply took, I have a bunch of bandanas and head wraps and scarves that I wear. So I just, you know, I can't sew. So I just took a bandana and I folded it and put like ponytails on the end. Now my husband, he has small ears and so do I, so it kept falling off. And we just did a buzz cut, so he didn't have anything to like hook it to. So for him, with his bandana, after we fold it the way that we want it, I folded a different way than how they show on YouTube, and I'll have to do a tutorial of that. And then we put his paper towel in there for the filter, a double or triple paper towel. And I take the ponytails and I actually put them on tight like I'm making a ponytail. And I cinch them like I'm doing like a bra strap or something. And I actually tie him. We actually tie his on. And it works great. And for me, I have this thing, like I said, that pulls on, and I can like pull it up as far as I want over my ears or whatever, so it covers, and then I put my filter right in there. For now, that's what we're doing. There is a great, one of my friends and somebody else I went to church with, that's a friend, they started this whole thing here in town where they just started making masks for the healthcare workers, and they had a bunch of extra material, and now they got people giving them donations to, you know, do it. And, you know, they were making them for free for the healthcare workers, and then now they're like just only charging, I think, $5 for the kit. And they even will give people a kit to make their own, or they'll make them. And I just think it's amazing. My heart is so touched that they're doing that. But I mean, you know, they may not be the N95, but our healthcare workers need the N95. We had ordered an N95 for me before all this started going really crazy because of me getting sick last year. So there's like a website called Vlog, and I was going to get a vlog mask, but then we saw an N95 for cheaper because I have MCS. So when I'm on a plane or whatever, just the chemicals that people wear on their body, lotions, colognes, different deodorants, hairsprays, different things in people's fabric can make me really ill. So we decided I was going to wear one before all this broke out. So guys, wear a mask. I mean, even if it's just a bandana, and like I said, you can go in my album there that says health and see a bunch of ones that I saved. They're real easy because I don't sew. I flunked sewing class. My sewing teacher traumatized me. I do not sew, and like with this, I'm not about. I just can't. Protect yourselves. Take it seriously if you're not. You may not be sick, you may not feel sick, but people like me who have a compromised immune system, and my husband, he's gone, and elderly people. I mean, I went out going to a nursing home and in another state, and they're on quarantine. I mean, too many people are dying, man, and this is crazy. I mean, I do believe it will get better, but I can't stress enough the wearing the mask and the hand washing and the changing your clothes when you come home. And like we've even started like, you know, I know that the Asian people for years, for one of the reasons why they don't wear their shoes in their house, is I have friends who get me to do this that were Asian, so it's because they want to bring like germs, because your feet pick up a lot of germs. Yes, we need to be concerned, stuff like that, but we gotta try not to panic. We gotta try not to freak out. We need to reach out and talk to each other and help each other. And that's the main reason why I want to make this video today. It's more about the coronavirus and just protecting yourself. And I wanted to reach out to everybody and just share what little tips. But just, I mean, take it serious, guys, because it's not just a normal little flu. This thing is crazy, and we're all in the same boat. Like, you know, the people that are still working right now. I mean, they're going. Your grocery clerks, your Walmart people, wherever you shop, whatever business that you're going to that's still essential that you need, they're putting their families and their children and their grandparents and their spouses' health in jeopardy to show up for work. They're scared. They can't afford to stay homeless like the rest of us. Nobody really can. None of us really can unless we're like rich, you know, and every day they're showing up for work. The healthcare workers, you know, they don't have all the proper equipment. I'm not even going to get started on all those things. And if you think this is political or conspiracy and all this kind of stuff, don't leave those ugly comments on my thing. I don't want to hear it. I'm just about reaching out and encouraging and the love. So guys, protect yourselves. Take it serious. Stay home as much as you can. If you're an essential worker, go to work, come home, change your clothes, keep your hands washed. If you're a denture wearer, keep your mouth really clean, keep your hands really clean. Do not touch those dentures without washing your hands. My hands are raw, but I've always washed my hands a lot anyway, but you know, I put lotion on them, sanitizer and stuff like that. Don't mix pine sol with Clorox bleach and make like you have some kind of a chemical explosion and get sick and aspirate your lungs and all that stuff. Yeah. Guys, just be safe and be careful, okay? And take it seriously. Well, this has been a lot longer than what I thought. I have to go see me. My husband need to eat. This thing's flopping around and driving me nuts. So I gotta go try to get it glued down a little bit so that I can eat. Because I don't want to have soup. So I will talk to you guys soon. If you need prayer for something, leave me a comment below. I'm a big prayer warrior. I'll pray for you. And just hang in there. Hang in there. I know a lot of you may not believe in God. You might think it's crazy. I'm a strong Christian woman of faith. And if I told you my whole testimony, someday maybe I will come on here and tell you my whole testimony. It's unbelievable, some of the things that I've lived through and I've endured. And there are people that have had a lot worse than me. In my heart, this is my opinion, in my heart, my own personal experience, God's the one who got me through. Now, there are some bad things that happened to me, and I understand. I don't know all the answers. But my faith and my belief in God is what makes me stay strong. And because I have anxiety, like a lot of people. I suffer with depression. Most people just think, oh, there's the positive, happy smile. I struggle with depression. I don't take medications for it. Now, I have a lot of family and friends who have to. In my case, I don't have to. Depression has given me a nervous breakdown at a very young age, at 19 before. It was really scary. Been through, endured a lot of things in my body. Been through a lot of abuse. Like I said, someday I might tell my whole testimony. All I know is that the peace that surpasses all understanding. And it's crazy because, like, there's so many things going on right now, but I'm not freaking out by it because I don't know, I just feel God's presence so strong. I know I'm not going to sit here and try to cram the gospel down your throat, whatever. If you don't know Jesus and you want to know him, you got questions, I don't have all the answers. I'll just share with you what I know. But if you want prayer or you want to give your heart to the Lord, leave me a comment. We'll find a way to talk and make that happen. Matter of fact, you don't even need me or anybody else. You don't even have to be at a church or whatever. All you got to do is just invite him into your heart and just, say, Lord, I believe that you sent your son Jesus to die for me on the cross and to for my sins, and I accept you into my heart, and I ask you for forgiveness of my sins. It's that easy. You have to belong to no Catholic church, you have to belong to no certain religion. You don't have to be perfect. I'm far from perfect. And I still struggle with, I know my friends or family might say, oh, well, I did this, or you've never done that, you're pretty much, Mary Poppins. No, we all sin, we're all sinners. I'm just a sinner, saved by his mercy and grace. But I know that no matter what happens, that I know where I'm spending eternity, in heaven with Jesus and my loved ones. And I want to be around for longer. I'm 54. I would like to be around longer. I'd like to see my grandchildren grow up. I'd like more time with my kids and my husband. I'd like him to be around. Only God knows the day and the hour, and he knows when our work here on earth is done. So I hope that I have encouraged you guys somehow today. And I'm just sending you guys all a big hug, and a bunch of love. And just hang in there. Stay strong. Don't give up. Keep the faith. And if you don't believe, just be open-minded and maybe research it and think about letting Jesus in your heart and minister to each other, love on each other, and be kind and compassionate. I mean, we all have the gift of encouragement. We all can encourage someone, even when we're feeling depressed or whatever's going on. I have found that when I'm feeling really depressed, things start to feel overwhelming or dark or hopeless, that when I reach out and be kind to someone or encourage someone or show someone compassion or pray for someone, our country and even our president, and I won't get started on that, but I'll let you all know I am not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent. And I don't discuss politics, and I don't really discuss religion with people unless they ask me about my faith. And then I don't try to force or Bible thump anyone or condemn anyone. So I just want to encourage you guys that that's where my peace and my strength is coming from. So I just want you to know that Jesus loves you and He cares. And I know it's chaos. I know you're probably sitting there thinking, she's crazy because why is God letting this happen? You know, I don't know. And we may never know this side of heaven. I just know when I get to heaven, there will be no more coronavirus. There will be no more illness, no more disease, no more cancer, no more pain. Anything bad that happened to you will be wiped away. And we'll have perfectly healthy bodies and we'll be happy. And yeah, that must sound like a fantasy to a lot of people, but I can't explain it to you. When you know and you have that peace, then you just know. You just know. You just feel it. God speaks to us all. Your gut voice, your intuition, I call that my God voice because I honestly believe that we were all born with a God-shaped hole in our heart that only He can fill. This is our temporary home. These are our temporary bodies. There's a better place. There's a better world than what we're going through right now. So stay safe. Stay home if you can. Stay strong. Keep the faith. If you don't have faith, you're curious about faith, reach out to someone that you know. Talk to me on here. I'll pray with you. But hang in there. Okay? Because I do feel that this too shall pass, and I feel that if we practice all these things that the CDC and everybody's that they're trying to tell us to do, and there's a lot of people out there encouraging other people that are just normal citizens like me, that if we do that, I believe that, here's the thing. As humans, we're hosts for this virus. If we stay home and do social distancing, physical distancing, not making contact with each other as least as possible that we can, then it's not going to have anything because the surfaces can be clean. The rain can come and wash things off of surfaces. And those out there that are cleaning things, eventually those disinfectants are going to wipe it out. And if we're not gathering when we shouldn't and we're practicing these rules, then this thing will die. But as long as we think, oh, it's no big deal, we can do this, we can just break a little, you're playing Russian roulette. You may not get sick and die, but you may infect someone that you love and care about. It's not funny. And to think that, hey, we're going out here and we're doing this, it's not funny. Let me tell you, casinos never shut down. When the casinos shut down and the churches shut down, you know it's serious. So if we all do our part, then this thing won't have any host to infect. And it may get worse before it gets better. It will, they say. And that's another reason why it's important that I threw out Jesus out there too. Because none of us know. This could be our last video, our last talk. None of us know. And even without the coronavirus, I mean, you never know. I've lost a lot of friends just like that weren't sick or different things, from all different kinds of things. Too young. So, take this thing seriously. Do your part to keep yourself healthy and your family and your friends. You're not invincible. I thought I was invincible once when I was young too. Between the ages of 18 and 30, you pretty much couldn't tell me anything. And from where I'm coming from on this coronavirus, let me tell you guys real quick before I go. I say real quick, but as you all know, I'm a talker. I caught a mysterious virus in 1997. My daughter was 3 years old. I was at work. I got a really bad headache. And my best friend, who was my boss at the time, was like, you probably should go home. And I was not acting like myself. I was being very, very snappy at her and very angry. And she's like, what's wrong with you? And I went, don't worry about it. And I went down, I was walking down the hallway, and she come out, and she's like, what is going on with you? You need to go home. And I turned around and went, you know what? I said, I'm fine. And the next thing I know, I wake up. I feel something wet on my face. My friend has me, she's on her knees, she has my head cradled in her hands. And she's crying and the tears are falling on my face. My husband and the paramedics are there. They had me there for a while. They wanted to transfer me to the hospital. I said, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. I just got a migraine. The pain must have just got bad. So they let me go home because my vitals were okay. The next morning I woke up. My face was swollen, huge. I had big hives and welts on my face, on the parts where my joints, trunks of my body and everything. And I told my husband to go to the doctor. So I drove myself to the doctor. On the way to the doctor, I started having chest pains. And the doctor came to the doorway and he took one look at me and he says, give her a referral to dermatologist. Boy, that's a good word to speak with your dentures, huh? Let's try that again. Dermatologist. There we go. Dermatologist. Okay. I got a floating denture right now, I'm sorry. So, I was upset. I was crying because I was like thinking, what's going on with this doctor? You know, so I come out and the girls backed away from the counter. And I'm like, I don't think I should have had to pay my copay for this. So they slid my money across the counter. And this one girl's like, you need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the hospital right now. I was like, I don't need a dermatologist. He didn't even check me out. She goes, trust me. She goes, there's a little boy down there in our emergency center down there. Because it was just a clinic. She said, and you need to go. You need to go. There's like 150 cases here in town. Nobody knew anything about it. To this day, I don't know what the virus was. So, I drove home. I told my husband, I'll book me to the hospital. And my husband, at the time, was like, babe, you just went to the doctor. You're going to be okay. And he's like, he said, I said, no, you don't understand. I have chest pains. And my husband's like, you're okay. So I started, kind of hyperventilating. And he's like, well, because I was having trouble breathing, but he didn't realize that. I said, you go to the doctor, you go to the doctor. And I collapsed on the floor. He scooped me up, put me in the car, and drove me as fast as he could to the hospital, which was only like 5-10 minutes away, instead of waiting for an ambulance. So, because the ambulance would have had to come around the river. So, gets me there. Next thing I know, I don't know, I was out of it after that. I mean, I got there and I just went downhill, and I guess they put all kinds of IVs on me. They were putting all kinds of medications, Benadryl, and Benadryl makes me like bobblehead. I'm like, but I could hear the doctor and my husband talking, but I couldn't open my eyes, and I was just like in and out, and I was having trouble breathing. My vitals, everything was shutting down. And I remember the doctor coming in and saying, well, sir, we have good news and we have bad news. And he said, which do you want first? And my husband was like, just give it to me. He said, well, he said, the good news is no one has died from this yet. The bad news is there's been 150 cases in our area. We don't know what it is. We don't really know how to treat it. So we don't know how to cure it. There's no vaccination for it, he said. And many of the people who have had it are in wheelchairs and on walkers, have neurological damage, all that stuff. We don't know what it is. He says, also the bad news, so we're going to run a few more tests and I'll be back. So about 45 minutes to an hour later, he came back in to check on me. Of course, the nurses were checking on me. And I was in ICU, and I'm still not awake, and I'm out of it. And he says to my husband, okay, he says, here's the deal. He says, she's been here about 5.5 hours now. He said, she has not responded to any of the medications we put in the IV. He says, other than the Benadryl has brought the hives down a little bit. They said, there is one thing that we can try. Now, he said to my husband, I have to tell you, it's a medication and it's a non-FDA approved medication. At that time, I wasn't NCS that I know of. Maybe I was, but it just wasn't as severe as it is now. He said, we don't know what kind of reaction she'll have. We don't know if it'll work. He said, but we can try it. He said, because he says, we haven't lost anybody to this. No one's died from it. He goes, but she may be the first one because she's completely shutting down. And if she doesn't respond real quick here, we have to put her in the chopper to fly her life to Phoenix, Arizona. So my husband, I heard him choke up. I couldn't open my eyes, and he said, do whatever you can. I suddenly became in a position where I couldn't speak for myself. He had to make this decision. Luckily for me, it was a good decision. They gave me the medicine, and within 45 minutes, I was myself. All my vitals went back down, everything was fine. My blood work came back good, everything came back good. So they told me, they said, here's the deal. Can't really admit you because we don't know what it is. There's really no way we can treat it. You're fine. They said, now, you may have some stuff down the road, neurological or whatever, because this is what's happened. I said, okay. I wasn't on a cane then yet, even though I had injured my back in 1992 or 93. So I still didn't need any walking devices. And that was in 1997. And my health I was never the same after that. Like, my level of fatigue and different things. I mean, I would say that I got better, but I noticed a lot of different things going on, like with my sinuses, migraine, things that I realize now were neurological that got me to the point of what's going on now. Which all this could be a combination of my Hashimoto's. I have 3 autoimmune diseases. I have fibromyalgia, neuropathy, peripheral neuropathy, vertigo now, and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know if my fibro came on. I've had childhood trauma, but I have genetics. My mom had fibromyalgia and lupus. One of my sisters has lupus and fibromyalgia. My other sister has fibromyalgia. So, you know, we have a lot of genetic things too. But my health has never been the same since I got that virus. Guys, I almost died. Didn't hear about this on the news. It was hush-hush in my town. So that even puts me at even more higher risk for the coronavirus. So I'm taking everything really serious. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I was still working full-time despite my back. And despite that, I didn't get diagnosed with fibromyalgia until a year later. I woke up one day and my legs were really heavy, and I even had my legs go paralyzed for no reason. They think all this was related to that virus. So I'm talking from a survivor's experience. I have survived 8 near-death experiences now in my life. 1 as a child, okay? 7 as an adult, with sudden health crisis due to circumstances beyond my control. When I had my gallbladder out, and I never had any symptoms of gallstones. When my doctor went in there to save my life, I had a gallstone the size of a hard-boiled egg. So that's a little bit of my testimony out there to you guys. I do believe that God is the one that saved my life every time. He used doctors and nurses and people and my husband, but it's been scary. So don't take light of things. Take things serious. None of us are invincible. I'm praising God that I'm still here. I just turned 54, by the way. I didn't tell you guys. February 10th was my birthday. And so I'm 54 years young, you know. Inside my body, it feels 2000 sometimes. But you need to take coronavirus serious, okay? I'm praying for you all. You guys stay strong. Don't give up. Keep the faith. Love each other. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay? Peace out. I love you. Mwah.